Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Khan, also known as Jedi Jester, and today we are going to continue with the series we started last week, and we are going to analyze the matches we played in Division 9 and create a profile of the players to be able to identify the mistakes they make the most. So, let's get started. In Division 9, we faced slightly better squads compared to Division 10, but again, there were many players who lacked the core basics of the game. The major defensive problem was the excessive tackling. Players pressed their tackling button unnecessarily, even if they didn't have the proper position. But what is actually a proper position to get a tackle in? This position contains two elements: distance and the attacker behavior. You need to place your defender near the attacker, and you need to track him closely as long as he has the ball. Jockeying with the L2 button is an efficient tool to accomplish this. Secondly, you need to press the tackling button once the attacker is vulnerable against it. That means he needs to face your defender directly, and either he pushes the ball away from his feet or doesn't do anything to protect the ball. In any other situation where these conditions are not fulfilled, you are going to end up mistackling, your player will become unbalanced, and the next action you take will be delayed. I mostly use the left analog stick dribbling to take advantage of this mistake, as it is incredibly strong once you know that the defender is going for the unnecessary tackles. Moving rapidly away from the tackles is a difference maker, and I was able to create a lot of positions by just using the left analog stick. We already have a dedicated left analog stick dribbling tutorial in our channel, so make sure to check it out by clicking the link down in the description. The major offensive problem was the first touch on the ball while controlling it. The first touch is very important, and you have to make sure you control the ball into a safe direction. If you try to make your first touch into a direction where your opponent has a player, you will most likely toss into him and lose the ball. As an example here, my opponent seems like he's in a rush and he instantly tries to control the ball towards my goal, yet I have a player there who can contest his possession on the ball, and with the mistake he makes, I quickly get the ball back. To be able to overcome this problem, I quickly take a look at the positionings of the defenders while the ball is traveling. Every defender makes their intention clear with their body language. That means you can clearly see where they're heading to, so you need to control the ball where there's less risk. We are going to head into a full match analysis to examine these much more carefully, but before doing that, I just want to remind you that you should definitely take a look at our Guide Plus application, which you can download for free if you're looking forward to improve yourself in FIFA. In the Guide Plus, you can find in-depth tutorials, structured courses, and interactive quizzes on the topics you mostly struggle with. We are still running our Christmas bundle offer, where you get 2 hours of individual coaching with a private coach, as well as 6 months of the Guide Plus premium membership, which grants you access to all of our tutorials, as well as our monthly group coaching sessions, our Discord server, gameplay analysis, and so much more. So this is the perfect combination of having some personal advice on your gameplay and having all of the premium content we offer in your arsenal, and together with your personal coach, you can set up your individual training course to improve in the game step by step. So let's start with our match. As you can see, directly at the start of the game, the opponent fails to cover the ball after his first touch on it. I instantly get it back and go out for a counterattack. As the position evolves, he's not able to hold on to his patience and goes for an unnecessary sliding tackle. With both of these events, I see the focus points we just mentioned with this opponent. In the next position, I want to see if the left analog stick dribbling will work against him. As I try it, I see that he just presses his tackling button instead of remaining in front of me, and a couple of left analog stick dribblings succeed, so I will use this mechanic to create positions. After identifying the major mistakes, I take advantage of it. The first pass towards Haaland is a strong one, so I'm not sure if I can control it while facing the goal, so I quickly put my back towards the defender to make sure I remain in possession, which also allows me to see Gnabry's run. A pass towards him, which was followed by a dribbling away from the defender, gets me into the box. Now we need to use the magic of left stick dribbling. Pay attention here. We pass the ball to Haaland and then take the ball towards his strong foot. The opponent sees that and switches to his optimal center back to make a desperate tackle, which is exactly what I want. Since I can already smell his tackle forward, I quickly use my left analog stick first to turn my back against him and then push the ball towards the lower side. We already mentioned that these missed tackles lead to a delayed switch or unbalanced defense, so this is exactly what happens here, and before he can switch back to the other defender, I take the ball to Haaland's strong side and score the first goal. Since we have already seen his first touch on the ball, I decide to go for a more aggressive approach and try to confront the opposition players as they receive the ball. I am not able to retrieve the ball from the first one, but the second is successful as he again tries to control the ball into a direction I'm contesting. Even though he already lost a lot of possession because of this, he still makes the same mistake, which I can use to my advantage. The knowledge I have from the previous positions tells us that he will go for the tackles no matter what. So I combine the left analog stick dribbling with the ball rolls, which I already used in the previous division a lot, and dodge the tackles one by one. Even though I am really successful with it, I failed to score here. A very similar position. As I remain patient around the box, he panics even more. To be able to outplay him, I need to take a look at what he's actually doing in his defense. So taking a step back here reveals to me his intention with his defender, and since he tackles, I can dribble away from him to find the open striker. Just like the first goal, I use the left analog stick to find the optimal shot inside the box and score another one. Second half starts and I'm pretty sure that the way I played in the first half is the way to win here, so I will go further with it. Little dribblings with the left analog stick destroy my opponent here. A key thing to do is to turn your back continuously towards your opponent. That way you can shield the ball and get yourself some time before doing your next move. Here, the opponent gets really annoyed by it, brings out the keeper, and the opportunity arises. There is only one defender between my player and the goal. I have only used the left analog stick so far, but now I need to outrun the defender, and since I'm pretty sure he will go for a tackle, I want to take the outer line. I sprint, get past the opponent, and send the ball into the empty net. After the third goal, the opponent gets completely out of his patience, and this is the time to close down the game. Again, I pass the ball towards the striker, and even though I have a shooting angle, I find it to be a bit risky, so I pull the ball back again with the left analog stick and pass towards the other attacker who can finish off without any problem. To summarize this match shortly, I would say losing the ball the same way over and over again increases your frustration. Even though he loses the ball in my half, that gives me extra positions and motivation to go for more, and with the basics of the game, I can get anything out of this match. Thinking about what you're actually doing wrong would be the first step towards recovering from the same mistakes, but if you insist, there is no turning back and your opponent will eventually use it to his favor. And with the last position of the game, we score the final goal and complete the game very dominantly. In Division 9, I was able to win all of the games and it wasn't very challenging. Yet, I tried to analyze every player fairly and use the basics of the game to dominate them. Division 8 will be our next target and you can expect a new video in the very near future. So, let me ask you, what do you think your biggest weakness or strength is in the game? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked this video so far, feel free to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to our channel not to miss any single FIFA content or the rest of these series. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Talk to you on the next one. Take care and peace.